everyone. I've been sorry. I don't know what's happened, but I did like my vocal test this morning, which I normally do when I start stream. But when I look at my stream coast caption, oh my god, I was just going do, and it was like, what was it? Something. Give me the little leader. I don't remember saying any of that. Oh dear. It's fine. Welcome on in, George. I saw you lurking. Thank you for the I think you are a bit lucky today, but you're all good. Thank you for coming in. And Cthulhu. Wait, let me change screens. There you go. Welcome on in, Cthulhu. I hope you're doing well as well. And Vile, thank you for the dogs. And Teresa and Frog. Welcome on in, everyone. I hope you're having a good day. I'm just laughing at my text to speech. No, speech to text. I mean, I'll be honest, it's pretty good most of the time. It gives the general vibe of the conversation, which I think is all I can hope for. But I don't know if any other streamers do this, but like before I start, I'll like warm up my voice a little bit. It doesn't like that. It's very confused. Oh dear. Matt, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well as well. I'm doing well today. Things are a lot better. Thank you, George. Yeah, I am a lot better. Thank you everyone for being understanding and patient yesterday, because I did have to leave stream quite early and I had a good lie down for about the rest of the day, honestly. And now today I feel good. I got a good night's sleep. Heck yeah. Ah dear, I'm on day 1 of a 7-day holiday. Heck yeah. Oh, I hope you enjoy your holiday. Ah dear, glad you're well. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better. Glad you took early yesterday. Yeah, I am too. At the time, I was a little bit like, you know, I'm trying to get all this streaming done. I want to hit my goals and stuff like that. But in hindsight, I think if I'd kept going, I wouldn't have been able to stream today. Good. I'm ready for today. I've got lots I want to do. I also had a bit of a ruffle through my stuff this morning, and there's some other things too. I've had a look at some of the flowers, and I've written down about how many petals I'm going to need for all of them. The only one that I haven't is dahlias. Dahlias I'm going to have to make thousands of petals for, but they're also about this big. So it's like, I'm making thousands, but it doesn't take very long. It'll just be the cutting it out for the dahlias that is going to be a real pain in the ass. Other than that, they're very, very quick. It's just, I can't say how many petals each dahlia is going to need when it's probably going to need several hundred. But also, they won't take that long. We'll see how they go. If they take a long time, I'll make less of them. I'm okay with that. Did you develop No, I started stream with a migraine. I had migraine on Sunday. I just had, most of my migraines only last 8 hours. I'm very lucky in that they are pretty short. Like, I won't feel great after them, but like, they'll have basically gone. But I had one for basically from Saturday evening all through Sunday, and then through half of yesterday as well. And I did try to stream, but it was just a bit like, it was getting you could kind of tell by the end of the VOD, it was getting really hard to speak. And that's normally a pretty good indicator to end stream, if you can't speak. That's what I was worried about too. Yeah, it was the speaking. I don't like streaming when it gets that bad, because it's well, I have physical symptoms with my migraine as well, where like my face will start slumping and then I won't be able to speak properly. And obviously most people here know that I suffer with migraines and stuff like that, but things that might be a little less known is that you can have physical symptoms, and also they do look very reminiscent of someone having a stroke. And it's not a stroke, don't worry, I'm fine. It's just, it looks concerning, and I don't want to make anyone concerned. It is Christmas mug. You know, you noticed before I did. Heck yeah. I use all of my mugs all year round. I don't, you know, the season doesn't really matter. I like it, and it's a good size mug, so I use it. I will say that I am in the market for a larger mug. So most of my family have mugs about like a bit wider and about that tall. And I might ask for just a really big mug for Christmas. Because I get through my tea, maybe not so quickly, but I do get through it. And it's like, rather than going and making another one, maybe if I just had a bigger cup of tea, that would be good. So I think I might ask for a really big mug. Also, because they all have like their personal mugs, and I'm like, I've just got like 20 mugs, you know, that I cycle through. And I love all of them. Oh dear. Yeah, it is Christmas coming up. I love Christmas. Bit different this year, obviously, because we have our own house for the first year, but also it's not really in a good state for hosting people. So it's like a first year in our own house, but also, I need to fix it up a bit first. But yeah, it'd be nice. And like, because this is a thing with rented properties in the UK, like putting stuff on the walls and all that kind of stuff is like, a lot of the places we've stayed, you can't hang up any extra stuff. The last place we stayed didn't even like blue tack. So like you really just couldn't put anything on the walls. And like a lot of my decorations, I like to hang them across the ceiling and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I did do it anyway to an extent. I just cleaned it up afterwards. But like this year, I don't have to feel restricted. I can put decorations wherever I like. And also we have a garden. So I can put decorations in the garden. If I'm gonna be one of those people, I'm gonna have a fancy Christmas garden. Maybe not so much this year, but just put a few lights out. But next year, fancy Christmas garden. Linko, welcome on in. And once again, woken up from my slumber. Oh, bless you. I hope you managed to get some good. I hope you managed to get a full night of Z's soon. Ah, damn. I'm drinking tea out of my cocaine bag. I don't know what that is. Is that like another name for a polar bear? Christmas. I did so well last year, was nearly done by this time, but not this year. I haven't even started. We've started making a list of things we're going to be getting for people. There's a few things that I want to make for people. I don't know if I'll do it on stream or off stream though, just because I know a couple of them sometimes poke their head in and I don't want to spoil their Christmas gift. I know one of them already knows that they're getting something made, but yeah, I am making a couple things. Can I check who's in chat and see if they're here? Okay. I think we're safe. God, it's so hard to tell. I think we're safe. I don't think anyone in chat is my family. One of them, after doing, so when we did the Boobtober embroidery hoops, they were like, would you by any chance be happy to make me an embroidery hoop, but like a slightly larger one that I could hang up at my workplace? I was like, yeah, I could do that. And they gave me some ideas of things they wanted to see or to have, and so I've kind of got a plan of what I'm going to be making, and it's a little bit more 3D than they're probably thinking, but I think it's going to look really, really good. And then since I'm making that one, I was like, oh, I could make another one as well. So I'll make two. Yeah. Oh, deco everywhere. Heck yeah. I never start decorating after Thanksgiving because this holiday doesn't get appreciated because of Halloween and Christmas. Well, also Thanksgiving is very much an American holiday. Whereas over here, we don't celebrate that. I don't think anywhere outside of America celebrates Thanksgiving, although I know other cultures have their own Thanksgivings, but they're like a little different and they're at different times of year. But it's not Thanksgiving, it's just a similar holiday in which you get together with family and give thanks, but based on different things. Yeah, it's not based on what happened in America. Only American Thanksgiving is that. Also, like, I can't remember if it's Korean culture. I can't remember. Someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong. There is like a Thanksgiving, but it's a bit, again, it's very different in that children will give things to their parents to thank them for their hard work. And I thought that was really cute. Like, instead of, because I don't know, over here it's more like parents will give money to like their kids and stuff like that. And it's more like that. But when I heard of this one, it's the opposite. Kids will get like either like really nice food packages or money or like supplements and stuff like that, and they'll give it to their parents at this Thanksgiving. But it's not, I'm calling it Thanksgiving because it's like for giving thanks, but it's not the same thing. And I think that was a few months ago. Ah, dear. It's a ridiculous story, gonna link it. Oh, heck yeah, thank you. Dear morning, purple. Canada has Thanksgiving also, but it's a different day. Yeah, this is the thing, is like, I think other, maybe though it's, again, I think it's very different. In the UK, nothing, we don't do Thanksgiving. But then that makes sense, there's nothing in our culture that would be, or our history, that would be like, and we give thanks. I think the closest we probably have is Christmas, where families just get together and eat food, you know? Close enough, right? Oh dear. Although we also had last weekend a holiday that I'm very mixed on, to be honest. Bonfire night, which again that's a British holiday. I don't expect anyone outside of Britain necessarily celebrated it. Bonfire night, when we celebrate. It's weird. I'm pretty sure we celebrate not blowing up Parliament, but also. We celebrate, I think, not blowing up Parliament by blowing up our backyards. you know? You know? A celebration. It's a very specific story from history where we celebrate that, and every like honestly all the days around bonfire night people are setting up firework after firework after firework, which is why I'm very iffy about it, because it's like not very good for the environment at this point to be setting off that many fireworks. And then also anyone who has dogs that week, it's like if it was one day maybe, but like that whole week is kind of hell if your dog doesn't like fireworks. And then there are people like me who just can't go outside at night because flashing lights. I mean, not that I really go outside anyway, but you know. Ah dear, gonna be lucky you're fine. George, I hope you managed to get some good rest soon. Good luck with work. Also, Grubbit, welcome on in. So you're making Christmas presents. I'm making a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pillow. Oh my god, I actually know a few people that would absolutely love that. All I know about American Thanksgiving is the Pilgrims come to America, now modern America, the next day they have Black Friday. Yeah. Oh dear. What's going on between you and Zay? Between me and Zay? Oh, Shiny would be upset if I suddenly started dating. Oh god. I mean, Shiny, that is true. Shiny would be upset. I don't remember. Whew, over my head. Sounds very American of me, but I always forget that other places celebrate different holidays. Yeah, it's like, I think because, for instance, like as a streamer, you meet, and when you're on Twitch, it's a very international thing, so you meet a lot of people who are celebrating very different things. I don't expect people outside of the UK to necessarily know that we just celebrated Bonfire Night. I also don't necessarily expect people to understand what Bonfire Night is. I think a lot of people in the UK are pretty naff on it. It's like, it's whatever. I honestly couldn't care less, except for the fact that it does upset me seeing everyone's dogs quite so upset for like a whole week. And also, like, it does smell. Like, people sending off that many fireworks, it does smell. So like when you go outside the next day, you're like, oh, that's a smell. My dad never understood Bonfire Night. Why do we celebrate a failed attempt to blow up Parliament? Also, the 5th of November is my mom's birthday. I think if it's someone else's birthday, celebrate them. Don't celebrate not blowing up Parliament. Thank you, Daddy. Your 3 days off. Oh, enjoy them. I hope you have a really good time, George. Pick sent a pillow in Discord. I added a smile. Oh, heck yeah. Thank you for the smile ad. Which one is it? Oh, that's the story. Oh my god. Cocaine Bear. I will read that later. Oh. Oh, wait. That's okay. I kind of like it as well because it's subtle, but like very recognizable. I like that. Those are the kind of ones I like. Bonfire Night was exciting as a kid, but as an adult, yeah, kind of pointless and bad for animals. Yeah, it's like, I don't have strong feelings either way. It's not my favorite holiday. I think also, there isn't really any food associated with Bonfire Night, which is like, I mean, yeah, like, you can go out and get a hot dog, but it's not associated with it. It's like, I prefer the holidays where there's food. Like, I like that. Bonfire Night, and also like to celebrate Bonfire Night, which is not blowing up Parliament, where I feel like people are pretty anti-Parliament in the UK. not to the extent of blowing it up, just to be clear, but like, I don't know too many people who are too keen. We nearly had a lettuce for Prime Minister. Like, I don't feel like we have too many reasons to celebrate at the moment. Like, honestly, even if I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I won't decorate till after November because my birthday. That's another really good reason. I think if you have a birthday, if you start decorating for Christmas, yeah, it feels like you're overlooking your birthday, and I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, feed. Decorate for Christmas. Yeah, no, I get you. It's like, you gotta wait. I know friends who have birthdays in December who will not decorate until after their birthday for that reason, because it's like, they don't want to get overwritten by Christmas, and I think that's very, very valid. Oh dear, where is it? Where is this called a pillow pick? It's in the... Is it in cosplay? Was it in cosplay? Cosplay and sewing. There you are. Cosplay and sewing. Oh dear, Jason, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Oh, thank you, Purple. I didn't even know where the lettuce thing came from. I saw a giant Liz Truss with a lettuce that was being burned on some bonfire somewhere in the UK. Yeah, well, that sounds about right. The lettuce thing is somebody posted on some social media that they thought that this lettuce, they got this lettuce on the same day as like Liz Truss became Prime Minister, and they were like, this lettuce will outlive Liz Truss, and then the next day, oh no, it can't have been, because that would have been a while for a lettuce, but basically whatever happened, they made the post, and the next day after the post, Liz Truss stepped down. So the lettuce only had to survive one day. I have friends whose birthday is December 25th and they agree with your sentiment. Yeah, it's like, it sucks to be overwritten by another holiday. I think especially if you're not particularly religious, because then it's like lots of people celebrating the birth of somebody else on your birthday, and it's like, what about me though? The 24th of December, that's, yeah, I think the closer you get, the harder it is, honestly. Also, if you're right after Christmas, even if you're in the first few days of January, that's rough. Because, and also it's rough just generally because it is expensive, birthdays and Christmas. I don't want to shame anyone, but like it's hard to buy 2 presents back to back for somebody. But then especially as like a kid, like you don't want to feel like you only get 1 a year when everyone else gets 2. But it is expensive. The political simple effective. Yeah, it's nice. But yeah, I'm trying to think, do we have any more holidays till Christmas? I think for us it's just Christmas. I have a few birthdays until then, but I think it's just Christmas really is like the next proper one. And honestly, Halloween it's celebrated more places, it's celebrated more places than it used to be, but it's still not a very big holiday in the UK. Like when you look at Halloween next to Christmas, you can't compare them. The scale is completely different. Like when I was younger, there weren't even like Halloween parties. Now there are Halloween parties, and like in some areas kids will go trick-or-treating, probably in closer, more densely populated areas, I can imagine it. When you get to like a lot more rural areas, it's less common because you have to walk. And also a lot of places aren't lit at night, which is just not safe. But it's a growing one in the UK, I would say. It's not like one of those holidays we're that big on. Christmas though, Christmas really is the big one. Yeah, it's Christmas, really. Oh dear. Daddy might give me a pet froggy. Oh my god, that'd be so cute. Heck yeah, frog. I know a couple, actually no, she's got a toad. He's very cool though, he's a very chill toad. Bam, bam, bam. Nah, actually, just real quick check. Early on in stream, is my music shuffling? I think that it is? Yeah. No. No. There, now it is. Okay, fixed it. Sleeves, welcome on in, and Homer, welcome on in. We're talking about different holidays from different countries. Because obviously, I think here in the UK, we have no holidays until Christmas. Oh my god, Emmy! Welcome on in! How's your sexy fish costume going? If you don't know, Emmy is making a sexy fish. Listen, you guys are gonna love it. Oh dear. How is it going? Oh dear. Oats, welcome on in. Emmy, welcome on in. Oh dear. When I saw you were gonna make that, I was like, damn. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen anyone. It's a sexy fish from Shark Tale. The fish which has unnecessary sex appeal, but there it is. Oh dear. We had a random toad in our backyard. I loved it. Would eat all the oh yeah, that's the other thing is they're good. They eat the insects. Although that being said, I feel like this year we could have done with a few more spiders in the house because the fruit flies were awful. They were everywhere. Oh dear, it is true. I am making a sexy fish. Oh, do you have an aquarium when your ears start to ring? Yeah, that's happening to me right now. Do you want me to yell louder? I can be louder. I can fill a room. Excuse me. Oh dear, sexy fish costume sounds great. Yeah, it honestly, like, she's got like, I don't want to spoil it too much for you, but she's got like sequiny fabric, which is like between the two colors, and it's like, it's very nice. It's very, very nice. I imagine if people didn't know what you were making when you finished it, you could just probably wear it on like a red carpet, just because it's like sparkly and shiny and nice, but also people know. I was looking for references and someone made a supercut of just that fish. It was 6 minutes. They only had 6 minutes of screen time. Oh my god. Wait, it feels like that's like one of the only things I remember from Shark Tale. They were only in 6 minutes. Oh god. Also, if you need to go get snacks or something, please do. Oh dear, I love shiny stuff. Heck yeah. Oh wait, I could do like a proper shout out. Sorry, my mods are a lot better at this kind of stuff than I am. I am but a simple noob. If I do shout out, that should work? Maybe? Give that a go. Yeah, if you need to get snacks or anything, please do. One day I want to do a reverse mermaid, fish on the top. Yeah. Honestly, I want to get some art, because I've got mermaid art, and honestly, don't get me wrong, I love my mermaid art. I can't show it on Twitch because it's a bit, there's boobs. But I got some really, really pretty mermaid art. I'd really like some of like the more, like the opposite, like mythological kind of sketch study diagrams of like fish with legs. I may head off and decompress a bit, that's fine. Take care, thank you for popping by. And again, if anyone hasn't checked out Emmy, they're a very talented cosplay. They actually took part in a cosplay competition on Twitch last year as well, which was amazing. And they're making the sexy fish from Shark Tale right now. I really don't know how else to sell it. Like, sexy fish. Oh dear. Whenever I dip out for 2 minutes, I'm always so lost when I come back. Why are we... Wait, have you seen Shark Tale, Robert? Do you remember the sexy fish in Shark Tale? Bilbaza. Yeah, Bilbaza. Oh dear. My mum's 5th November. Oh my god, you're down 27th of January. My... Dear Teresa, yeah, you have so many birthdays at Christmas. That's a lot. Heck, Bilbs. Yania, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Yanni is another talented crafter on Twitch. They make beautiful, 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 what would you call it? Fiber crafts? Fibercraft stuff. It's fantastic. Their socks, mwah. The jellyfish, not jellyfish. Although the jellyfish, actually, you know what? Fair. It's the fish. No, sexy fish is the perfect description. Thank you. There's also two pictures. Did you find it? I think Angie, you know what, Homer, that does actually ring a bell. It might have been Angelina Jolie. Oh dear, how are you? I'm good, thank you. We are making a really, really big costume at the moment, so having to make all of the flowers. It's a lot. We're aiming for 5,400 petals at the moment. We're about 138 petals in. It's a slow process, but we're getting there. I'd say we're getting there. We're literally just chatting about holidays and stuff here and sexy fish. Did you have safe search on? That's actually a very valid point. Will Smith, yeah, they were the main one? The main fish? Right. The Jessica Rabbit fish, basically. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you're right. They do have a lot of similar attributes. Oh dear, I never do. I live dangerously. Fair. Oh, I'm here watching for fun. Oh, bless you. Inakis, I hope you enjoy your morning. I just realized that you have a clapping emote with the arms. Yeah, they are. They're my clapping tentacles. Tentacle clap. Yeah, that's what it's called. Tentacle claps. We're a certain type of stream over here. Thought your Res Evil was a TwitchCon. It was going to be. I still need to write a post about that because, listen, I am but a simple brain cosplayer who sees something new and shiny and wants to make it. And so, yeah, I saw something new and now that's what I want to make. Oh dear. Will Smith and Jack Black are the main characters. That's kind of an all-star cast. Thank you. Thank you for the party, Purple. We like to party. 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 Zero's emote is killing me. San Francisco, an interstate free disco. The wheels are still up turning and traffic lights are burning. See if you like to party, come on and move your body. God, Zero Light Vote killed me. Like, what is this? Oh dear. To be fair, like that, I started eating something, then I see a new pattern and I want to, yeah, that's basically what's happened. I don't know if you've seen it. Let me get to the, it's gonna have a really weird shot right now of just my chest, but that's, you'll see in a minute. This is kind of how we roll here. It's knees up, gremlin mode, and we pull from here and we roll. Oh dear, I still have so many. Oh dear. Thank you for the heckin' dance. Oh dear. I googled the Benga bus and it's an intercity disco. I got it from a different one and I think, yeah, we discussed, I remember, like after having the chat battle stream before, I remember we discussed this because obviously I recorded it live on stream with everybody here and we had alternate lyrics and we decided to go for an interstate free disco because it sounds stupid. And like, you can do either, but like, listen. Ah dear. It's actually them being, it is, I wondered, because I was like, are they trying to be a jellyfish? It's fantastic. Like, they're doing a great job. Like I couldn't do that. That's fantastic. I have to lurk before work. Yeah, I do the same. So I have 200,000 channel points in dem streams because I would be lurking before that I went to work, and then I would just leave it on while I went to work, right? So I'd watch the first like hour or so, and then I'd have to leave. And yeah, I accumulated many points. I'm waiting for dem to add a really big one and just do it in one go. I've got enough points. That's just taking it, so at least you get it copyrighted for. Teresa. When I did my cover of the Venga Bus, when I did the whole thing, the entire VOD got copyrighted, and it actually got muted as well. So like that VOD, I've uploaded it to YouTube, but you can't hear anything because it's all been muted. Yeah, it all got muted, and yep. Because I was just way too close to the original, apparently. It is one of my crowning achievements on Twitch, is when I covered the Venga Bus, that it got too close to the original and I got completely wiped for it. It's the only time I've had any issue with copyright was when we did that. And it really nearly made it so that I never did another one, because I was just worried like that was gonna happen again and again, because I was like, that is not close. But no, it's just that one. We're safe other than that. And like, it's never caused a problem when it's come up on stream. It was just the entire song that was the problem. Ah, dear. That's like me and my 150, yeah. Whereas I had like 4K on an Animal Crossing streamer. I am someone who doesn't really spend points very often. I'm pretty, I don't know why, I just never really do it. Also, I'm gonna start rapping because, you know, I might as well. I'm in the right camera mode, then you guys can see why we have the camera set up like this. Ah, dear. On this stream, heck yeah! I know a lot of people get to either the party or blue, and then they use all their channel points again. So we do have people who have probably accumulated a lot of channel points since being here, but because they use it every time on the songs, it doesn't stick around. Though to be fair, in recent months, we haven't really had anything else to spend it on. We will do, but not quite yet. There we go. Also, I thought it was finally cold enough for this jumper. It's not. I'm too warm again. I love this jumper. It's so nice, and it's pink, and it's got big poofy sleeves, but every time I wear it, I overheat, and I just don't know when it's going to be cold enough for me to wear. Look at our friends stream now. I have a 300k there. Heck yeah. When an egg worshipping seems just identically replicated. Honestly, it is probably, like, listen, we've raised money for charity, we've hit follower goals, we've done this, that, the other, but I don't know if I'm ever gonna quite beat the crowning achievement of doing a cover of the Venga Bus so close that it got my entire stream muted. That's the thing, it's not just the end bit where we played the song, the whole stream was muted. Oh dear, what you making? Petals! They end up looking like this. So we wrap them in thread and then we fold them. They're like paper bases with wires. And yeah. Ah dear. Don't your legs ache? No. I'm pretty good. I do have I've said this before, I suppose, but like relatively fit legs. Like the rest of my body, not really, but my legs are actually pretty good. And so when it comes to like bending them up and doing stuff like that, they're good. They're very flexible? Very flexible? I don't know. And also, like, they're the only thing that I've worked out for like the past few years, and I've worked them out a lot. What was it? Something like 20,000 steps a day? They're good. Oh dear, paper flowers, basically, but with thread. Yeah, so they're based on paper, but they won't look like it when they're finished because they're completely wrapped head to toe in thread. And then you fold them together to form the petals for the chrysanthemums. Kind of like maple leaves. Honestly, when you have just a set of 3, they do look exactly like maple leaves. Oh my god. I've all spent over 100k on their channel as well. Heck yeah. Oh, you are 100. Oh my god. Grobbit, you are, I'm afraid of you. Find yourself and realize that you're beautiful. So, will it be really fragile? Actually, no. So, actually, they are incredibly strong. So they are all based on a pretty strong craft wire. And then I am wrapping them over and over and over with thread. And then I'm painting and gluing them. So there's like it's start to finish. There's quite a few steps. Once you add the paint and the glue in there specifically, they are strong beans. But I'll be honest, because it's based on such a strong wire, like it's good. I mean, out of all of the flowers, these will probably actually be the toughest, which is a good and a bad thing. Like, you don't really want one thing to be a lot tougher than the others, because then it can tear up other parts of your costume. I think we'll be okay though, because there's no sharp edges on these, and there shouldn't be. Also, I should probably put my goggles on, but I can't do it. I'll spend that way. Oh dear. Heckin' clout. There we are. The method's been around for a while too. Yeah, it's like I'm trying to use more traditional methods, and this one in particular, not Japanese, but it's like, I feel, could I find Japanese technique that's similar? Probably. I might have to go have a look, honestly, because it'd be really cool to make some of the flowers using more Japanese techniques. Oh dear. Since, I mean, it doesn't really make too much sense, because the flowers are obviously meant to be flowers and are not meant to be made of thread, but it'd be like a nice touch. The other option would be to use predominantly French techniques, because TwitchCon is going to be in France, and then I could suck up and be like, hey, because I knew TwitchCon was going to be in France, here I am using French sewing techniques. And technically I will be using a couple of French sewing techniques, but it's not like it's the majority. Also, France just has like a lot of really useful to know stitches. Oh, there we are. How did you work out how many petals you need to make? So it's based on the assumption that we will be having... You know what? It's a stream a few days ago. It was a very long calculation. I'm not going to do it again because the calculation took like an hour. If you're curious, Teresa, we have a VOD channel. We have the whole stream uploaded and you can watch that there. I was heavily considering doing the maths again, but nah. We worked it out using the power of maths. I do warn you, if you do go to look at that VOD, it's a lot of math. A lot of math. A lot of considerations for how long each thing will take as well, and yes. Bam, 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 bam. Ew, maths, I know, but it was necessary because we needed to calculate how much time we would have to make them versus how many petals we would need versus the size of the petals that we would need, and if we wanted any variation, which we did in the chrysanthemums, and then of course divided by 3 colors, although the majority is red. It literally, the maths equation is long, and if you want to go see it, you're welcome to, but I don't necessarily recommend it unless you're planning to undertake a similar project, because it's a little bit gut-wrenching. There's a lot of heckin' work, and yes. Oh dear. There we go. But you guys wanted to see it. You were like, we want to see you planning. We want to see your planning streams. So I was like, okay, we can do that. We can do a planning stream, but I warn you, it's going to be a lot of heckin' maths. Oh dear. Oh. There you are. Oh. Oh, I guess this, oh wait, we even figured out the petals per hour completed. We did, yeah. Petals per hour necessary is 6, but it's difficult to say that because I do work off stream as well, that wasn't really factored in. Yeah, that's the only thing, is like, because if I'm working off stream, I am making a lot of petals off stream. Like, we've got 138. I didn't make the last, like, was it nearly 40 on stream? I made them all off stream, and that wasn't really part of the calculation. Also, I'm going to keep any that we do today to one side, and I'll add them all on at the end, rather than adding them every time we finish a petal. I guess a simple way, if you know how many per flower you need. Yeah, so the difficult thing is we know how many petals we need for the average, but we don't want them all to be the same size, because that's just not, you know, that's not how they appear. Many of them appear slightly larger or slightly smaller. So we know how many petals we need for the average, but it's about also calculating all the not averages. Yeah, that's why, and also within those not averages, you have 3 colors where they are not split evenly. It's a lot. It's a lot. I wouldn't recommend it. It was based on 4 hours per stream though. Okay, so if it's based, I guess so then it would still work. We just have to. Is that for 7 days a week or 5 days a week? Do you remember? If you don't remember, by the way, don't worry about it. Oh dear. I should have done the maths for my coat, but honestly, I didn't think it'd be healthy for me. Yeah, that's the thing, is if you are doing this kind of thing, it like seeing big numbers like 5,400 come up, it's like, and like the 5,400 is a minimum. There is a fair chance we will do that, start making the flowers, and then I'll decide that I want to have some extra large ones and have to make some extra petals in different sizes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's like the minimum I'll need is 5,400. I may choose to have more, and like again, yeah, I can't really calculate that until we get to that point, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I think it was only 5. I'm pretty sure it's easier that way since you can't count the days you might be out. Yeah, and like I stream an average of 4 to 5 days a week normally. Obviously, I'm doing a bit more right now, but that's about what I'm doing. And then of course we do have streams where we don't do crafts like yesterday. I mean, mostly we do crafts, but oh dear. I will be honest though, I think we're making pretty good progress so far. I mean, we've nearly got 3%. I think by the end of stream we'll have overtaken 3% of the petals that we need, which is not bad since it's only last week that we actually started counting. Like I honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. And like the first stream, Basil very kindly told us that we were only 0.38% of the way through. So I know that from when we started counting, we've gone up nearly, again, like 2.5% since then, which is pretty good. I didn't count anything done off stream, which would just get you extra days. Yeah, the thing is, because it's like one of those, you can kind of see it's one of these jobs that doesn't require too much concentration. Obviously, when you're tying it and getting it started, it does, but outside of those like bits, it's, unless anything goes wrong, it's not too bad. Which means it's something that I can very easily do off stream as long as I'm feeling all right. Or I can prep off stream if I'm feeling all right. Like I can do stuff off stream most of the time as long as I'm feeling not stuck in bed. Have you ever made anything with this many parts before? Can I introduce you to my previous costume? Mateus. I don't know if you've met her. She had 160,000 individually sewn on beads, and then 20,000 individually sewn on sequins. Nearly 200,000 individually sewn on parts. This is why though that 5,400 doesn't daunt me too much though, because I am very much used to these, high intensity costumes with larger numbers and stuff like that. So like when we were doing the maths, I know a lot of people were panicking at the idea of like this taking several months to get this bit done, but in reality, it's actually not that bad. I'm used to it, and also I know that I'm the kind of person who can work on those sort of things without getting sidetracked as long as I'm enjoying the project and it uses techniques that I enjoy. I'm someone who can do that. So undertaking this kind of project is not quite so intense. It probably was the first time, but because I always seem to do high intricacy costumes with lots of small bits handmade or sewn on and stuff like that, it's not quite so intimidating. It's not necessarily something I'd recommend to someone as a first-time cosplayer when you don't necessarily know your own limits or the things that you enjoy as much. But if you're someone who has small things that they really enjoy, like making a whole costume around it is not quite so daunting anymore. I was gonna say, yes she has. I'm so silent, welcome on in, I hope you're doing well. We're about 2.5% right now, based on the numbers on stream. Heck yeah. You know what, that's not bad, that's not bad. Dude, to be fair, I wasn't phased. You weren't phased. I think a few of the people that have been here for a bit longer or had watched the whole way through Mateus probably weren't too phased. Because, like, at that point you're used to it, right? Like, this is what we do here. This is the kind of costumes I do. But I think for anyone who is a bit newer, it does seem like big numbers, but 5,000 is not so much of a big number anymore. Wow. Okay. Wow. Did you have a photo of the cosplay? Yeah, it's literally on all of my social medias. Just check out Twitter or Instagram. You'll see it. It's got several pictures. It's also my profile on both Twitter and Instagram. But on Instagram specifically as well, you can find the video of it coming out at TwitchCon if you want to see it in like live. Dear. Oh, thank you. That's all the socials. After Mateus, I'm just not worried. Yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like, it's good to test your own limits and see if you're someone who will enjoy that kind of intricate work for as long and as many hours. And also, how many hours a day can you actively, continuously spare? Like, I know we're talking like 4 hours, but for a lot of people, 4 hours is like all of their free time in the week. So like, if that's going to be too much, like either scale it back or maybe entering a costume that has a longer entry period, so a competition that has a longer entry period, or just not entering a competition, just making a costume that you really, really enjoy. But for us, it's not something that phases me too much because I'm used to doing this. But like, when it came to Mateus, the last few months, I was very easily working Mateus like 10 hours a day, with like days off here and there where I was really not very well, but like it got to the stage where I was just working on it pretty much every hour of the day because the work was so simple. I could do other things. I could like have conversations, I could make dinner while still making the costume. And that was just how it was. It was just something that was kind of always in my hand that I was always making. The nice thing about it was it actually meant that I could sit down and watch some television shows, because I really don't enjoy watching television very much, but I want to be in on the conversation and, you know, be able to contribute and stuff like that when people are talking about television shows they're watching. So there was a few that I wanted to watch so that I kind of understood what was going on a little bit. But because I never really enjoy watching television, Mateus was a really good opportunity for me to just sit down and watch television for a bit whilst doing something that I actually enjoyed. And that was nice. I liked that. That was when I actually watched Gravity Falls. I've rewatched it recently because Shiny wanted to watch it. But I watched Gravity Falls, I watched The Owl House. I watched Amphibia, but I haven't watched the end of that yet. I still need to go back and finish that one. That was nice. Oh dear, the costume's amazing, thank you! I don't know the character, but I appreciate the words got into it. Thank you, yeah, it's not a... You have to kind of know Final Fantasy, and specifically Tactics Advance, which is not a popular one in the series for many reasons. But, well, it's not popular, it's just not... It's an off series, and then also, I know a lot of people like Tactics more than they like Tactics Advance. So it's like, you know, it's fair. I like it though. No, this is why I decided to scrap any work I'd done for the dress my cosplay, because if Jelly can change a whole cosplay, I can change the way that I make the dress. Absolutely. It's like, listen, if you're not enjoying it, there's really no point. Like, and even when it comes to competitive ones, you know, where there is like larger prize pools and stuff like that, you gotta enjoy it. It's gotta be fun. Otherwise, why are you spending hundreds of hours on something you don't enjoy? What's going on? What's happened? Are you okay? That's not a good way to be doing cosplay. Like, listen, everyone does cosplay in their own way, and I'm not trying to gatekeep, but like, try and have fun. I would say it's like a good benchmark. Enjoying yourself. Oh dear. Taking a short break from working on cosplay, but I of course. Oh, didn't you enter a cosplay competition the other day? Well done on entering. I hope you had a really good time. I hope you managed to meet and chat with lots of other cosplayers. And I hope you got some good feedback as well, if they do feedback. I could be wrong. I thought I saw you'd entered your Mephisto, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Ah dear. I could not get the sleeves the way they look, in a way they looked good, so now I'm turning a kimono pattern into a dress. Like, yeah, why not? Ah dear. Sisters of Battle's gonna be awesome. Yeah, Asylum's... As soon as you see anything with Sisters of Battle, the tag or anything like that, it's like, oh, that's gonna be an intense one. It's probably gonna be as well, like, they're just very visually impressive designs. Like, it's gonna be so cool. They work very well for stage and being like, woo, 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 in the lights. Ah, dear. I didn't get any feedback. Oh, I'm sorry that you didn't get any feedback. I guess if it's a smaller convention, maybe that's why. Ah. Listen, if I was a cosplay judge, I'd be writing everyone essays, like, on the things that I really liked, and then, like, the things that I'd be doing essays. Not because I think everyone needs, like, essays worth of improvement, but because I like to give options. I think options is nice. Oh, dear. There we go. Also because it's, like, one of the bits that I really, really appreciate from cosplay contests is the feedback. Did not place, but more people at the con knew the character than I expected. Oh, I mean, what is it called? Blue Exorcist is one of those animes that a lot of people have really enjoyed. And Mephisto is a very standout character, so I'm not surprised. Costume was well received. I was a nervous wreck for judging, but you did better on stage than before. Heck yeah. Honestly, I was a nervous wreck for judging. I've been judged so many times. When it came to TwitchCon, I was like starstruck nervous wreck. Where I was just like, I was so shook to be in front of people that I'd seen online for so long that I was just like, how do I even start to begin to talk about my costume in front of people that I've watched online for years? What do I do? So I feel it. Normally I'm pretty good at judging, but like that time I was an absolute wreck. Did people love the open? Yeah, I bet they did. Heck yeah. Did you get to pick music, or was it one which didn't have that kind of background? And if you did, what kind of music did you pick? Did you pick music from the series? Dear, I love Warhammer 40k Universe. Yes. Dear. Right, swish, swish, swish. Yeah, I did change my whole costume, but listen, I enjoy being passionate about the costumes I do, and it's not that I'm not passionate about Resident Evil. I really enjoy Resident Evil as a series. I think it's fantastic, and I specifically do really enjoy 7. Excuse me. But this is new and shiny. Also, I don't think it's shuffling. Again. Okay. You happy now? There we go. Maybe now? I mean, not that it really matters. I don't know. Oh, thank you for the hick. We can't put music below con that ends up. Oh, I see. Yeah, for DMCAs. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Dear. Yeah, show the judge thought they thought it was bought. Oh my god. Oh, that's such a nice compliment. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Even if you didn't get any feedback afterwards, then I'm glad you got some good comments while you were being judged. Up there. Thank you for the hick. Funny thing, I did the headset. It was fun to take the top off to show it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when you put a lot of hard work and effort into something, being able to show it off in front of a crowd, especially people actually know the character you're making, like, it's really rewarding. Like, just having people appreciate that you've made this character and putting it on stage. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I normally cheer, but I will be honest, I am kind of a nightmare. I definitely got the British genes of just cheering incredibly loud for everything, but like, so I do cheer loudly, but whenever I say costume where I know who the character is, I normally cheer like a little bit louder because I'm like, I actually know that person. Or not the person, but I know the character. See, listen, it's not, oh, also, Tori, thank you for the follow. It's not, because it's doing the same one again. Okay. I do this. Yeah, that's not shuffling. Okay, now it's shuffling. Sorry. And let me just spam my music so that it shuffles. Oh, fight. Otherwise we get the two versions of the song back to back every time. And it's fine, but it grates on me a little bit. Dear, so sus. You know, right now shuffle is off apparently, but it is shuffling. It's just YouTube. YouTube playlists are always a bit funky. Oh dear. There we go. Oh, speaking of music, I know a few of you here are aware. Dem, one of our mods right now, is playing Enderroll, which is a mod for Skyrim. I actually, I watched some stuff about it a couple years ago, so when I saw that he was playing it, I was like, oh heck, I haven't seen anyone do anything with this for years. It's so cool. It is like, honestly, in my mind, a mod that Skyrim needed. Not because Skyrim was a bad game, but it didn't really have any mods like the Shivering Isles, Knights of the Nine, stuff like that. Like really, really impressive mods that like were a genuine massive addition to the game. And Enderroll is a whole other story. In fact, you don't have to have played any of Skyrim. You just load it in and you play it. And it's so good. It really is. It's weird to say because it's made by a completely different team, but it's like one of the best in my mind bits of Elder Scrolls game that exists, and it's great. Honestly, seeing I never expected. Honestly, I never expected to see anyone playing it again, because it's been quite a few years. But I guess people playing Skyrim, like why not, sort of thing. But yeah, I definitely didn't expect to see Dem playing that this morning. But it was a really, really nice surprise. Also, can you just? Okay, I'm gonna have to twist it a bit. I don't like twisting it. Oh, actually, you know what? We'll take it out and we'll start that again because. Yeah, that's not exactly how I want that to go. It's me bending it too much. I told you that most of this is really easy. It's just the tying on and tying off that's a bit of a pain. It's not that bad, to be honest, but I would rather it be neat, so I shall do it again. Goody, goody, goody. There we go. Wrap that all around and start that again. Yeah, I don't like twisting them because it makes it a bit thicker when you wrap it around it, and of course they are going to layer up a lot, so you don't want to be adding the extra thickness if you can avoid it. But also if you can't avoid it, I'll do it. I will do what's necessary. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. And then push that down there. And around there. There we go. And all around there. Yeah, I was really surprised to see Dem playing that this morning, but like in a good way. I was really happily surprised. Again, I don't think it gets enough love, honestly. It's like one of those mods that nobody really talks about. I guess because you... But it's like, it's a bit different. It's like a really easy, accessible Skyrim mod. And no one really talks about it. But it's so good. Also, I'm kind of annoyed because the bottom of this is not as neat as I wanted it to be. But it's alright. We'll manage. Right, just get that bit there. Wow. First one of the day. That's fine. Also, I need to change my jumper. So I'm going to blame being a bit too warm. So yeah, that needed some hoiking around. Oh dear. Thank you for the DJ. Welcome on in, Sunny. Ah, dear. I was also fun to spice with cosplayers I know who'd... Oh, really? Heck yeah! That is lovely. Ah, see, that's one thing that I do feel like I kind of missed out on this year, is any of the social stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, it was really lovely to hang out with the other cosplayers at TwitchCon, but I didn't really get to meet a lot of people because... And definitely not in the costume, because I wasn't allowed out on the floor. Pinch. Pinch. And then, of course, at MCM, which was meant to be the convention that I went to be a bit more social, I was too sick to go. Oh, dear. There we go. So the bottom's a little messy, which is annoying, but you won't really actually see the bottom. You'll only see the petals. Right, 2 seconds. I literally will be back in just a moment. I just really want to change my top. Hello, Sonny. Welcome on in. Sorry, you've joined me just as I'm going to change my top. It's getting too warm. Hi, 2 seconds. I need to take a break. Something's come up. Sorry, 2 seconds. Hiya folks, house emergency, I have to go. I'm so sorry. I don't like ending stream like this. I might be back later. I have to go do some stuff quickly. I'm so sorry because this is like a 1 hour long stream. I'm going to see how things go, and if I can, I'll come back this afternoon. Just a couple things. Oh, you know what? We could actually just raid into them. Since we were talking about Ender Roll anyway, we'll do that. Hope everything's it's fine. It'll be all right. I just have to get some stuff very, very suddenly done. You know how being an adult is? Oh, fantastic. Love it. Right, we're going to be raiding into Dem, one of our moderators. They're a very heckin' sweet being. They're playing Ender Roll, which is what I was just talking about, saying I didn't get enough love. Perfect. All right, have a lovely day, everyone. I'll see you soon. Take care.